There's a few.
Stuff I heard of them.
Yeah. When I say the name Todd McFarland, what character comes to mind?
Spawn.
Yeah. Although, I will say, due to me and Chad going...
The thing that comes to mind immediately is action figures, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. For me, Todd McFarlane, what I associate that with is, I associate that with me and Chad relentlessly hunting for Todd McFarlane's run when he did Spider-Man comics and he helped flesh out the character of Venom. And, I don't know if he assisted in the creation of Venom. Let's see. Venom. Marvel. Yeah, there we go. I don't think... Yeah, created... Oh, no. So he did. He actually assisted in, like, the complete creation of the character Venom, although the alien costume, the original look, was 5 other dudes. So, but that's cool that, he assisted in, like, the fleshing out of...
It's crazy that a lot of people, that many people created one character.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone probably had their, like, separate...
Must have been, like, sitting in a big group, like, shooting ideas for characters or something. They all kind of came up with it.
Well, some of them were the artists. Some of them came up with, like, the characterization... like some are writer, author and novelist, and then, Tom DeFalco, writer and editor, Mike Zeck, artist, Richard Leonardi, artist, Ron Friends, artist, Randy Schuler, also a writer, and then David Michelin wrote, he wrote the origin of Venom, and then Todd McFarlane did the artwork, which, I mean, come on, dude. Todd McFarlane, his work with Venom, and then not only that, but also his work with Carnage as well later on when he helped with the creation of Carnage. But Batman Year 2, Incredible Hulk, Spawn, Spider-Man. I mean, sheesh. There's nothing else to say about him except for just wow. And also, Spawn, I've had my fair share of stuff related to Spawn. For instance, the animated series that was on HBO, I loved that so much. And also was it was David Keith or Keith, Keith David. Keith David did the voice for him in that series, and it was so good. Yeah, there it is. And I keep saying David Keith. You see, I keep getting these two confused. I don't mean to, but it just keeps happening. But Keith David, his voice in that was so good. And I really hope that they come out with more, because they've talked about doing more. And we'll see about that. But well, you looking for action figures?
Yeah, so he did a line of action figures that was, I remember seeing at KB Toys when I was a kid that I thought was like the coolest freaking thing ever, and I can't remember what exactly they were called. Mm-hmm. But they were like, I was just gonna see if I could maybe come across them somehow. Yeah, I remember as a kid seeing those and being like, those are so cool.
Yeah.
It's like they were kind of like scary and dark looking.
Well, there you go. And also, there's a podcast I watch. Let's see. They play a thing called Black Family Feud. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Black Family Feud. Yeah, there it is. Because we are a podcast. These dudes are hilarious. They actually did a full thing here. It was... We asked 25 black people. Name a black superhero that does not have black in their name and doesn't have an electric-based superpower. Can you name any?
I remember seeing that one.
Oh, yeah, the Violator.
Clown.
Yeah. Violator was Spawn's biggest nemesis in his early run. He was awesome. Yeah, there he is. Oh yeah, full demon version. Yeah, full demon version of Violator was so good. Man. Yeah, the Alien Queen. That was super good. Spawn Samurai Warrior.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the Kaneda bike. Yeah, from Akira.
Yeah, I didn't know he'd done that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jareth. Yeah, he like action figures. Dude was one of the greatest ever.
That's dope.
Yeah. Dude's an
That's also dope.
Yes.
Army of Darkness.
Ashen the Pit Witch. Yeah. Lord of Darkness from Legend. Hell yeah. And then Where the Wild Things Are. And then Overkill. Mandarin Spawn. Nice. But yeah, these dudes did a thing where they played Black Family Feud, and it was name a black superhero that doesn't have black in their name or has an electric-based superpower. And I thought of some off the top of my head, and one of them was Spawn. But do you know who the number one was in my mind that I thought of? Blade. You know, and then of course there were others, you know, that me and Chad both talked about. Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern, and then of course Luke Cage as well, because I like the Luke Cage series that was on Netflix. Y'all killed Cottonmouth way too early. How dare you? How freaking dare you? But yeah, and at the end of it, I was wondering where Spawn was, but they didn't have Spawn on here, and I'm like, how could y'all not have Spawn in this list? It makes no sense. They had Frozone, for God's sakes. They had Frozone, Blade, Luke Cage, Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, and Green Lantern. And I was like, damn, where's Spawn? Well, I know where Spawn is. Spawn is in this Angry Video Game Nerd video, the Spawn games, which this was released about 6 years ago, and I'm very interested to see what Spawn games he's going to talk about, because I remember Spawn Armageddon. I remember when that was coming out on Xbox. That one, a lot of people were really hyped about that, and then it came out and it was kind of mid. Sad to say, Spawn's powers, everything, you kind of got to be careful. If anything, I would want to group like Rocksteady, you know, back before Warner Brothers ruined them by forcing them to make, you know, what was it? You know, Justice League kill, you know, or Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
I don't think I've ever played a single Spawn video game. And I don't know of any that I ever heard anything good about, to be honest.
I remember Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2 had Spawn.
Yeah, I don't count that, though. That's just a crossover.
No, I know it's a crossover, but I still thought that was really cool that Soul Calibur 2, on Nintendo, they had Link. Yeah. On PlayStation, they had Heihachi Mishima. And then on Xbox, they had Spawn. I was like, dude, that's sick. And of course, you know, the Soul Calibur games, I mean, they've had awesome crossovers throughout the years. I remember they had Yoda and Darth Vader one year.
I have a t-shirt with Yoda on it from Soul Calibur 3, I think. It's 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think it might be 3. Can't remember. But needless to say, Spawn has a very big impact on like media. And sadly, it's not as like big as I think it should be. Yeah. Personally. But
Spawn's pretty metal.
Dude, I love Spawn. And Al Simmons is a great character. And his characterization and just like everything that he like, he's not a good guy. Like that's the thing is an
anti-hero.
Well, yeah, he's sort of like a personification of like the full anti-hero movement that started in like the 80s and the 90s. Mm-hmm. And well, I guess we're gonna see what James has to say about the Spawn games and see if he likes any of them. But are you ready, my dude? Let's get into it. Here we go.
Thanks for watching this episode of Angry Video Game Nerd on Spawn games. Spawn is a story of hell on Earth, but the real hell on Earth is your unencrypted private data being harvested by hackers, governments, and corporations. But seriously though, I recommend ExpressVPN as the easy-to-use application you should use every time you're on the internet. It protects your privacy and security. You could also change your location, which is great for unblocking geo-restricted content. For example, I use it to watch things like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Yeah, even though the show represents Philadelphia and Bel Air, it's not on Netflix USA. So you can set your location to the UK
if you have an extra login for that.
I do. I have 2 more, I think.
So if I can get you to set it up on mine, that'd be really cool.
All right, I can do that.
Not to mention probably smart because you have, the channel and stuff logged in on mine as well.
That's true as well, yeah. So might have to do that. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Watch it.
Also need Netflix logged in on mine again.
Oh, okay. All right, I can do that.
The fastest connection speeds, apps for all your devices like your smartphone, tablet, even your router, and at less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee, it's no wonder why ExpressVPN is the #1 rated VPN service by TechRadar. Take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description. Head to expressvpn.com/cinemassacre.
He's the angry video game nerd.
Super Nintendo one's the one that I would be willing to bet's probably decent, if any of them.
Yeah, Dreamcast. Didn't realize there was one on Dreamcast. I knew about the PlayStation and and Spawn Armageddon. I remember these.
Spawn Armageddon, I might have actually heard some okay things about, but I can't remember.
It was
I've
alright.
heard the title mentioned before by some people, but not much.
I think a lot of people really hyped for it, and then it came out, and a lot of people thought it was mid. But I guess I don't know. Nerd.
What? Where am I?
Mellow greetings, nerdy wordy.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Oh, hell is right. Sorry to break it to you, nerd, but you're dead. You're fucked. F-U-K-T. Fucked.
Okay, I get it. The dragon and immortal got me. Mm-hmm. But why am I dressed so badass?
You are one fashionable male. Let me remind you. When you died, you came face to face with the devil. He decided you have to live out the rest of your eternity inside your most hated game, Jekyll and Hyde.
My God,
You flipped him off and told him you didn't deserve that torture. So he presented a challenge. If you can beat all the Spawn games, you will be allowed to leave hell. But if you lose, you're stuck in Jekyll and Hyde forever. You accepted and were transformed from the angry video game nerd to the satanic video game Spawn. And that leads us to where we are now.
Okay, well, let's play these shitty games.
No, not so fast. We're gonna play them in the most vile, despicable game room ever imagined by a hell. It'll break a man's soul in a second. Ready?
No.
Huh? This is it?
Truly terrifying, right?
I actually spend most of my days in a room.
I'm just now noticing the master lock around his neck, and it says, Satan is my master. On the master lock. I just now noticed that. Also, sick Gengar pin there, bud.
Yeah.
Exactly like this.
Really?
It's like spot on. It's the exact same thing.
You even have the shelf of all the ET games?
Yeah. In fact, I think mine actually has a little bit more.
What about
Damn.
the Aladdin Deck Enhancer in all the games?
Yeah. In fact, I actually played that not too long ago.
Damn.
Internet's really slow in hell. I didn't know that. Here, play your stupid fucking game.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Spawn is a character created by Todd McFarland. He's one of a number of artists that left Marvel and DC to create Image Comics. Image became huge in the 90s and released stuff like Witchblade, Savage Dragon, The Walking Dead, and of course, Spawn.
Once again,
I didn't know that.
yeah, all in all, dude, Kirkman, McFarland and all of them were spurned by DC and Marvel and all the other big names and basically said, you know what, screw it. They aren't going to let us create our own stuff and do original stuff. We'll just take the money that they paid us and make our own. And they forged their own way. And I'll be damned.
Before he died, Spawn was Al Simmons, an assassin who was betrayed by his superior. When he died, he went to Hell and agreed to become Malbolgia's Hellspawn and lead his army. In exchange, he could see his wife Wanda again. But the devil sends him back to Earth 5 years later
Marvel,
as a...
I'm guessing.
No,
in that case.
No. Spawn was like completely independent.
Was Spawn eventually picked up by Marvel?
I think was optioned by Marvel, not completely.
So I thought that
absorbed.
Spawn was somehow now associated with Marvel, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I remember like Image Comics and like crossovers with like Dark Horse Comics and all that. But I can't remember like if it's like Marvel complete. I think Marvel has options on Spawn, but doesn't completely own it. No, Spawn is not a Marvel character.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know Image, like, I know that, you know, Spawn has had crossovers with certain characters from, like, Marvel and DC. You know, crossover stories happen every now and again. But, you know, they're very few and far between. And it's much like how certain comic characters, like, love maintaining their independence because they're popular enough on their own that they don't...
Larry says, why do people think he is Marvel? Spawn has a dark, gritty, often magical aesthetic that is very visually similar to Marvel characters like Venom or Ghost Rider, which creates confusion. That's literally why I thought he was Marvel.
Yeah, a lot of people would... Yeah.
I learned something today that I was wrong about something for forever. And then I also never realized that it was the same comic company that did Walking Dead as well.
Oh yeah, Image. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zombified corpse. That bastard. The comic was huge and eventually became an animated series and even a feature film starring Michael Jai White and Martin Sheen. So now that we're up to date, let's play Spawn on game.
Oh, dude.
The movie.
Yeah, you need to check out the TV series. There's only 18 episodes, but it is worth it.
Really?
Dude, the imagery, like, it was illustrated on black paper, much like the Batman animated series.
An animated one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Keith David's
I
performance.
wonder if it's actually available anywhere legitimately.
It's on HBO Max, I think.
Okay.
I think so. If not, then I have a DVD copy of it
I
that
would
a fan
definitely
sent
be
us.
willing to check that out.
Oh, dude, it's worth it.
Maybe I should do a reaction series to that.
Ooh, that'd be nice. It'd be cool to go back and watch that again.
Boy.
And it's short because, 18 episodes, so it won't be too bad.
Is that
Porn.
Spawn? It looks nothing like him. Spawn doesn't always wear his cape, but without it here...
That actually looks like the prototype Spawn that McFarland came up with back in the 70s.
Looks like he's wearing a corset.
Yeah, it does. Look, yeah. His bustier.
Lady
He wants
Spawn.
he wants his pecs to stand out.
It looks ridiculous. The red and white M logo on his chest looks more like a corset.
Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect call there, dude.
And why are his eyes red? He has green eyes. That's one of his defining features. How'd they mess that up? It's a standard
Don't think they were actually
side-scrolling beat 'em
looking
up
at him
with
when
some
they made the spray.
platforming. It even comes with a sewer level full of bats. Yeah, that's almost a requirement at this point. Take a look at the graffiti in the alley. Shoot me?
Sure
Go
thing.
home? Hate? Jeez. Hey, and speaking of time...
And also, not only that, but the very first image on screen, corn.
Is that actually that's the band logo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is it
the backwards
reverse
R.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Jonathan Davis is going to sue somebody.
No, I think they probably got their permission to put it in. If I
Probably.
had to guess.
Oh, they probably did.
Scrolling beat 'em up with some platforming. It even comes with a sewer level full of in the alley. Shoot me? Go home? Hate? Jeez.
Wonder if he's gonna
Hey, and
mention the
speaking of Todd
corn.
McFarland, did you know
Maybe.
he did the artwork for the cover of Korn's album?
That's why.
I didn't know that.
That's why. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Dude, that's awesome.
I love that artwork.
Oh, it's one of their best. It's one of their best pieces of art that they have associated with their
That's my
works.
favorite album of theirs.
Follow Leaders up there, dude. I like it a lot.
Follow the Leader, and also the music video Freak on a Leash.
Oh,
That's
It's
cool.
no coincidence that the Korn logo is all over the game. And they really overdo it. I mean, look, it's everywhere.
Korn.
And Spawn is the only...
actually, funny enough, that's why Korn probably contributed a lot to the soundtrack of the live-action Spawn movie.
Did they?
Kick the PA is a baller track, dude. I love that track.
only superhero I can think of
Todd
where the
was a big
power
fan
meter
of
in the
him.
game
I don't
is
doubt it.
actually based on a power meter from the comics. That was what made Spawn think twice about using his powers. Once it was completely drained, he would have to return to Hell and lead Malbolgia's army. So you have to resort to guns and fists to conserve energy. That's actually a really cool idea, and this game worked it in really well. The first boss is Clown. Yeah,
Violator.
they really put a lot of effort into that name. He's a demon sent to Earth to encourage Spawn to do all the wrong things to make sure he carries out his mission. In the comics, he can turn into a giant monster called the Violator, but here, he just rolls around like an idiot. If you saw the movie, you might remember he was played by Luigi Mario himself, John Leguizamo.
Yes.
That Leguizamo guy's a real pest. I never really liked his interpretation of Clown. He's all gross and creepy, not beautiful and sexy like moi.
If this review ends with you rolling around the room, I'm going to be disappointed. The game does add some variety in. Check out this motorcycle level. It's pretty fun. Oh, Billy Kincaid. Oh, he's a sick, twisted ice cream truck driver who likes to kill kids. Imagine a chubbier Freddy Krueger without the jokes. He likes ice cream? Well, I'm going to make him scream and scream and scream. You know what? This game, it's not a complete steaming pile of goat shit, so that's more than I could say for most games, so yeah, not a bad start here. The last level is a satellite station run by Heaven. Yeah, that's a Spawn thing. After killing a bunch of enemies, you have to fight the final boss.
Yeah, like the only thing really wrong with this game so far is just his outfit.
The artwork.
Like, the Spawn sprite. Like, everything else seems pretty decent.
Also known as Anti-Spawn.
Actually, it looks like they put some effort into it other than the main character sprite.
Yeah.
Tough, but nothing I can't handle. Yeah! Alright, I beat it. One game down. Wait, I was playing on easy that whole time? And I have to play it all over again?
Oh, hey, nerd. I'm just in the neighborhood checking out how you're doing.
Those games.
Oh, looks like you played the wrong game mode. You gotta start over. Listen to this. I got some level skip codes right here with your name on them.
Wouldn't using cheats be wrong? Isn't that a hollow victory?
Ah, you're in hell. If you cared about right or wrong, you wouldn't be here. Hey, listen, I'll just leave these level skip codes right here for you.
Don't do it, nerd.
So I skipped ahead and landed in Hell. Spawn looks a little better now that he has his cape, but Hell looks pretty generic. Skulls, demons, rivers of blood, and velociraptor fossils. What could a velociraptor have done to end up in Hell? Clown shows up again as Violator. It's a lot cooler than his first boss fight. After him, you take on the devil himself, Malbolgia. Oh, he just tossed some other hell spawns onto his belly and he dies? That's it? How lame is that shit?
Oh, one game down! Congratulations! Well, guess what? Here comes number 2. Todd McFarland's Spawn for the Super No-Friendo.
But it's Super Nintendo. It can't be that bad. Okay, the opening cinematic is pretty cool. Oh wow, actually, this looks awesome. The music is badass, too.
Still got that, like, corset-looking M for some reason, though.
Why are the enemies all killing themselves? Am I playing Spawn of fucking Lemmings?
Kind of.
These controls feel clunky. Spawn's a little slow, which sucks since there's tons of enemies being thrown at me. I wish he was a little faster. Just a little bit. Oh, this game also has Spawn's power meter, so it probably wants me to try some special moves. Okay then. Oh, look how complicated these are. Hold right trigger and roll thumb down clockwise to the left, then press left trigger or the X button to do a fire blast? Are you kidding me? To teleport, you have to hold the right trigger and roll thumb and circle from up counterclockwise back to up, then press the A or...
Oh, come on.
Why did they put fighting game combos into this?
I don't know.
Ridiculously complicated ones.
Yeah, like, okay, I could understand if this was on, like, if this game was on, like, the PlayStation 1 that had the DualShock. Like, I could understand that, because it would make it a little bit easier because, like, the rolling stick. But this? That's just clunky.
Or Y button? What were they thinking? Even if you do the right combination, they rarely work. Each move is like trying and failing to pull off a Mortal Kombat fatality. Only then, if you fuck up the fatality, at least you know you've already won. Only here, you fuck up, you get your ass kicked. The only thing that does seem to work is the spinning kick. Most of the levels are just your standard beat 'em up, but there is some variety, like this wall jumping level where you have to avoid rockets. In theory, this would be fun, but Spawn is so goddamn slow and can't land on a ledge to save his life. Redeemer? Well, he was easy in the last game, so how hard could this be? The answer is one of the hardest, most unfair bosses ever to be shat into a Super Nintendo cartridge.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. First, he throws mannequins that are a pain in the ass to dodge. After that, he fires a laser that takes up most of the screen. You can't jump fast enough or glide long enough to avoid it easily. After an hour, I was finally able to knock him through the wall. Ah, yeah, so it's over, right?
Nope.
No. It's a multi-phase boss fight.
Damn.
You're outside now, so you think you would have more room to maneuver. But no, he still fires that fucking laser, and he can't be hit while firing it either. And then he whips out flaming swords and fireballs that lock onto you. This is im-fucking-possible. I spent hours on this fight. The skin on my thumb wore off, and that's hard to do when you have gloves on.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just looking for Circus Charlie. Have you seen it? Oh, what's this? Level skip passwords for Spawn for the Super Nintendo. I'll just get rid of these. A noble gamer like you wouldn't need them.
Wait, leave them.
Oh, I thought you were above that.
I would never.
But wouldn't it be more torture for me if they were there and I had to resist the urge to use them?
You're right. Good luck beating the game.
Yoink.
Immediately skips ahead.
There's these weird tubes I can jump into in hell. I'll just pick a random one and see what's down there.
No. Oh, no. Not again.
Okay, then the final boss is some demon Malbolgia created and you kill him. Whatever. The end. Well, that game's fucking brutal. It's a shame because it looks and sounds great. The only thing not great about the game is the gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, you beat it. Time for the next game, Clowns, for the VIC-20. Remember when William Shatner used to be the VIC-20 commercials? Ha! His hair's worse than mine. Just kidding. You can enter the third dimension with Spawn, the Eternal. Whoop!
That's right. Spawn merchandise. In the 90s, it was everywhere. You had the movie, cartoon, the video games, and of course, toys. So many toys. And this battle horse, it was only in 2 issues of the comics. I mean, what the fuck?
But it looks sick. Look at
Well,
it.
we're off to a lousy start.
Why wouldn't
These
you want it?
graphics are some of the worst the PlayStation had to offer.
Oh, God.
Look how awkward Spawn looks jogging around. When you run...
He looks like
Yeah, it's a shitty run animation.
he looks like
had
he
to
literally
offer.
is shit
Look how-
himself and he's trying to like pinch his cheeks together. Gotta make it to the bathroom.
Awkward Spawn looks jogging around.
I gotta poo.
When you run into enemies, it triggers a Mortal Kombat style fight screen. You have to do this with every enemy. It's really annoying and made worse by the fact that Spawn moves way too slow. Well, the button combinations are simpler, but it's still kind of hard to pull them off when you're fighting.
Man, you're really pushing my buttons. You've mentioned Mortal Kombat like twice now, but not Spawn and MK11. Though, he is paid DLC, which is pretty evil, even by Hell standards. Spawn was free in Soul Calibur 2 for Xbox. Though, that game's kinda wussy. You can't even rip off a single opponent's arm. Oh yeah,
True, but
talk
it is
about the
fun.
arm
Yeah.
rip.
One move I do like that I was only able to pull off a few times is the arm rip. That's right, you can rip the arm off your enemy.
And
This was
beat him
so
to death
awesome
with
they
it.
based their magazine ads around it. I mean, look at that. That's not at all traumatizing
Yeah.
for a young kid to
Best
open up
weapon,
a
especially
game
when it
magazine and
belongs
see
to the other guy.
Yes, that's great.
that. It's fucking awesome. You can recharge your magic and health meter too. It drains your overall power meter, but I assume that gets refilled after each stage. And you'll need it, because with this game's slow controls, bosses like Overkill and Violator are gonna fuck you up. Luckily, you can save anywhere in the game. Let me just load my save file here. Is that Yoda with boxing gloves? It's Yoda wearing boxing gloves!
Yeah,
that was the save icon for Masters of Terras Kasai?
That's awesome.
How did that not make it into the episode? Ah, I got him, and with only one bit of power left. That was close.
You have done well, Osborne. The souls of your victims will provide much needed sustenance for the ranks of man. You have proven to be a most valuable soul.
Well, I hope that wasn't important, because I couldn't understand a fuck of it.
What? A little bit.
They don't recharge your power meter? How the hell am I supposed to beat this thing?
Oh, hey, nerd.
Enough with this guy.
Having some trouble? I'll tell you what. I'll trade you these cheat codes for that Spawn battle horse. Oh, wait. Never mind. You're above cheating, aren't you?
Shut up! Shut up! Just give me the codes and get out of here.
Here you go, nerd. Thanks.
Cheating to win.
Oh.
Giddy up.
Yeah, I'm cheating to win. The medieval Spawn levels where I noticed the game is cashing in on Tomb Raider's success. You have to look for keys, avoid booby traps, and pull off difficult jumps. And let me tell you, all the refill health and power cheats in the world can't save you from the terrible jumping. There's this one jump that I just can't get. I keep falling into lava over and over again. Fun fact, just a little piece of trivia here, that Spawn can fucking fly!
Yeah.
This is ungodly boring. I'm now a caveman Spawn, and it's the same old shit. Slow fights, bullshit puzzles, shitty jumping, and terrible graphics. I feel like I'm in hell and haven't even gotten to hell yet in the game. When you do get there, you find out it's a giant stairway that branches off into different levels. The only thing somewhat interesting about this is that you get to fight the previous spawns you were playing as. You also get to fight a fat spawn. It might be that Billy Kincaid character I mentioned earlier, but I could be wrong. Hours later, I managed to get to the final boss, which turns out to be Violator again. I already fought him and his brothers earlier. They couldn't come up with anything else? Why not Malbolgia? He's just sitting there in the back, eating souls. Like sitting in the back of a bar eating buffalo wings. And then he dies for no reason after I kill Violator. Why can't I kick his ass or rip off his head or something?
Only 2 more to go, and the next one's an arcade game. But unfortunately, hell's a little over budget, and carrying an arcade game in here is outside of my weight class, so you'll play it on the Dreamcast.
This game is very different from the others. Judging by the huge selection of Spawn characters you can play as, I'm guessing this is supposed to be more of a multiplayer game. But the boss battle mode is focused on one player, so let's do that.
Not what I expected from the character select screen.
Did I get the right game? Because this is awesome! Seriously, this is a lot of fun and not overly complicated. You enter the stage and kill everything that moves. Simple as that. You collect some power-ups and weapons and then kill the boss when he arrives. Each stage is timed, and when you die, it shaves 12 seconds off. Best of all, your powers are simple to use and you can recharge your power meter. Finally, a Spawn game that's free from bullshit. And it's fast, too. I'm about to kill Vaporizer and beat the game.
Multiple players. You actually have to have more people play with you.
Damn. I gotta beat the game again? It's pulling the same shit as the Game Boy version. Well, who am I gonna find to help me beat this game while in hell?
Freaking clown.
Is somebody called a clownster?
Sure,
Fine.
why not?
It's sort of similar to Power Stone in terms of, like, you know, swinging the camera around.
I never played Power Stone either.
Power Stone was a lot of fun. You could pick up weapons, and, you know, there were multi-tiered levels you could hop up and go around and stuff like that. But, yeah.
Stage clear.
Yes!
Well, thanks for helping me out.
Hey, anything for a friend, right? Here's the final game from your pal Clownster. See ya!
On Armageddon.
This is the
Yeah, I think I might have heard this one was actually
think
pretty
we
cool.
hit the
Yeah. It was mid, from what I remember.
jackpot with this one. It starts with a Marilyn Manson song.
At least better
Todd
than trash.
McFarland worked on the
Yeah.
story, and they got the best voice they could for Spawn, the animated series version himself, Keith David.
How could you?
It was easy. You're my bitch.
Spawn the Eternal might have tried and failed to be Tomb Raider in Mortal Kombat, but this game succeeds in imitating Devil May Cry. Sure, that game might be better, but if we're talking Spawn games, this is the cream of the crop. You can easily use and recharge your powers, and you have a whole arsenal of weapons. The boss fights are hard, but not unfair. There's a strategy to beating them. Well, our journey started a little bumpy, it got really rough in the middle, and now I think we're at the light at the end of the tunnel. Now let's fight that final boss.
It's gonna be a
it's
secret
Redeemer.
final
He's
game
back,
that's just
and he's
complete
upgraded
garbage
to
if I
become
had
the
to guess.
legendary
Probably.
Nothing's been
Metatron.
garbage enough yet.
Maybe.
Maybe
The
not. There's not a
Metatron
lot of video left.
was a mythological celestial scribe and the highest of all angels. But here he's just Scorponok from Transformers. Fire everything you got and chop away with your battle axe.
Yeah, I did it.
I did it, Satan. I beat your games.
Fine. Looks like you've won this time.
Boss, he cheated! I found these codes and passwords in the nerd room.
You set me up.
You cheated. You didn't grow. You didn't improve. You took the shortcut and gained nothing. You two must face each other in this. The winner can leave. The loser will be sent to the worst hell ever imagined. I'm giving you teammates to make sure you play fair
God.
and square. Now go.
Oh my god. Rob! Rob! Come on, Rob!
Worst hell imaginable, my fat ass. Come on, Satan. Good prank. Now send me back to regular hell. Satan? Satan? You're not Satan.
Hey man, that's a nice clown costume. You want to review Spawn with me?
No! I'm sick of Spawn! I'm sick of Spawn!
Oh shit.
Next time, nerd. Next time.
So I don't get the reference to what that was,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Oh gosh, okay. So, so Justin Silverman and Tony from Hack the Movies. Okay. So he was Screenwave. So this is when Nerd was still with Screenwave. All right. Well, Justin Silverman and Tony from Hack the Movies. I guarantee you, like, this was him doing a crossover with them to, like, cross promote and all that. Not sure if, like, Hack the Movies is still a thing. Well, let's see. Okay. Hack the Movies. Damn. Okay. So, rental reviews.
Satan! You're not.
Oh, that's the... Okay, so this was rental reviews. This was they basically did a continuation of this with them reviewing the movie itself. Interesting, very interesting.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, so I guess my whole deal is I really want there to be a Spawn game that is developed by a really good developer. You know, like a AA developer or maybe a AAA developer. I don't. Well, I 2A.
AAA developers left nowadays.
Yeah, 2A developer then. Yeah, like I know that Sandfall. You know, they're probably busy with like their next thing after Clair Obscure, but
I mean, if you're gonna give it to a AAA company, Capcom's the only one, but they got their own stuff they're working on. So
this is true. But or Platinum. Platinum could do it.
I don't even know if Platinum's considered AAA nowadays.
If not AAA, at least
also
I would
Platinum
trust it.
has not been quite as good recently as they used to be either.
Well, I mean, after Hideki Kamiya left, I mean, he's went on to form Clovers, which, you know, good on him for doing that because it means we're getting another, Okami game.
Yeah.
Which, let's see. Clover Company. Okay. So, not Clover Network. Clover.
Yeah, but speaking of him and Capcom, did you hear what happened with Resident Evil Requiem?
What happened?
He said it was too scary and he wished they would give him a version that wasn't as scary, so they made a patch for him, like, with a less scary mode so he could play it.
Wait, Hideki Kamiya?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Really? The same guy that directed...
Pretty sure that's who it was.
Resident Evil 2. Oh my gosh. Ugh. So yeah, Clovers. So...
Hideki Kamiya wants to put a non-scary mode in Resident Evil games.
Come on, Kamiya.
Yeah, Kamiya begged Capcom to add a not scary mode to Requiem. I want to play it, but it's so scary that I can't sleep alone at night anymore, so I just can't bring myself to play.
Seriously?
Apparently.
Brother. My brother in Christ. Or my brother in gaming.
Well, somebody says it was a joke in the comments.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
People don't realize he's often a big troll.
Well, of course he's a troll. I mean, damn. So, sequel will continue the game. Kamiya did not feel her story was complete. The game will be built using Capcom's RE engine. So they're using the RE engine.
Well, I'd heard that they actually gave him a non-scary mode, but now I don't see that, so maybe they didn't.
Yeah, maybe they realized that he was joking. I guess. I don't know. So yeah, Clovers. They're the Okami sequel. I'm still happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okami spiritual successor rather than a sequel to Okami. Okay. So I knew that Okami Den was a lot of people liked that one pretty good, although it's not officially a sequel. So all right. But I would like for Platinum, if they get a good director, like the same director that worked on Astral Chain.
I still need to play Okami Den sometime.
Yeah.
It's probably never going to happen nowadays, though.
Maybe.
I don't have access to a DS anymore.
I have a DS.
Do you?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I can let you borrow it so you can play it, if you can find a copy of it. Let's see. Let's see. Astral Chain. Yeah. Get the team that worked on Astral Chain and just give them access to the Spawn IP, especially if they use similar gameplay elements as what's in this.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love that a lot.
Supposedly they're actually working on a sequel to Astral Chain, which
Really?
I'm excited about if so.
Hell yeah.
I'll be really stoked if another one comes to Switch 2.
Ninja Gaiden 4, so they co-developed Ninja Gaiden 4 with Team Ninja. That's cool. Bayonetta 3, and then Project GG, which is their next one that they're working on. I don't know. Let's see.
It's not been officially announced by Nintendo or Platinum, but rumors suggest development was rebooted in 2023 for the Switch 2.
Heck yeah.
The original 2019 game sold over 1.3 million copies, and Nintendo fully owns the IP, making a sequel for their next-gen system a strong possibility, likely aiming for 60-plus FPS and expanded combat. The nice thing is it has 60 FPS in the
Switch 2 version?
if you play it on Switch 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Or at least it's smoother. It feels like 60 at least, but it might just be 30 without frame drops, because the original had some frame drops in places.
Yeah, maybe.
But the Switch 2 actually doesn't frame drop, which is very nice.
Yeah. Alright, well, everyone, that was the Angry Video Game Nerd talking about Spawn games.
Goof Troop.
Huh? Oh, yeah, the Goof Troop game. That's actually kind of funny. But if y'all enjoyed this and you want to see more from the Angry Video Game Nerd, feel free to click right up here to head to Cinemassacre. And of course, if you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. And also leave a like on the video. It helps us out a whole hell of a lot. And yeah, yes, until next time, everybody, signing off. I am Nate.
I am Nick.
Y'all be good people. Take care of yourselves. Peace.